Now the rule is to multiply the row total. So for price is the primary reason, here's the row total, and multiply that by the column total. So for Golden Palm, here's the column total, and then divide that by the overall total, which is N. So here we're going to stay in column F, and when we multiply it by the column totals, we're going to be actually staying in the row, and then we're going to divide that by this number, which we want to totally anchor both in the row and in the column. So for our expected frequencies, let's call these expected. That's going to be equals, now this number, which we're going to be dragging down, so we want it to stay in column F, and it's in row 3, so that's the row total. Now we want to multiply that by the column total, which we're going to be dragging this way, so we want to be sure it stays in row 8. So that'll be B, stay in row 8, and divide that by this, and we don't want this to move, so we want it to both stay in column F and stay in row 8, and that's going to give us our expected frequencies for the whole thing. Now let's do our chi-square. That's going to be the expected minus observed, or the book says observed minus expected. It doesn't really matter because you're squaring it. And we don't need to anchor anything because it's going to just, well, you'll see. So it's this minus this, and we're going to divide it by the expected. The order, how come it's not doing this? There it is. The order you do expected minus observed or observed minus expected doesn't matter. The important thing is that you divide by the expected. And now let's drag this. First we're going to drag it down for all 4, and then we're going to drag it across for all 3 columns. And now let's add that up, equals SU sum, and highlight the whole thing. And there is our calculated chi-squared, just as it tells you on page 480.